Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam Malaysia Madani, salam UITM dari Tikus. So today we have the Nazahan, Deputy of the President Rakan Councillor UITM Jaman Sabah as the guest. And today we will discuss the concept of the power and influence in the intrapersonal communication. And this topic is important because this helps us understand how people interact, influence and one another and the manage relationship effectively. Let's begin with our first questions. So Nazan, what is mean by power in interpersonal communications?
Okay, to me, interpersonal communication, interpersonal power in interpersonal communication to me means that power of in interpersonal communication refers to the ability of an individual to influence or control the thoughts, behavior, and decisions of others within relationship. It shows that how much impact a person when interacting with others.
So can you give a simple example of the power in daily life?
Oh, okay. So, a simple example of power in daily life. Let's say maybe such as a teacher in a classroom who guides students, or like me, personally as myself as a vice president of Rakan Councillor, I mostly lead my teams in our club.
Oh, thank you for your answers. So can we move to the next question?
Yes.
The next question is, can you explain the difference between legitimate power and the aspect power with example for maybe the students?
Okay, so it's interesting. So explain the difference between legitimate power and expert power and the example. Maybe to me, or in my understanding, is legitimate power is based on a person position, such as me, the vice president. Okay, that is the legitimate power for me in my club. Uh, yes, the example. Sorry, and then for the expert power, maybe in my opinion, it comes from people more to people's knowledge, skills, and expertise. Maybe they are good in some things, and maybe in a situation where people want them to lead, generally because they have the knowledge to lead the things on the current situations.
Wow, so very amazing to know how the power legitimates and the power aspect as you say. I think which type of the power do you think is more effective in the long term situations?
Oh, I think the more effective in long-term power, I would say legitimate, but I would personally think expert power is often more effective in the long term, because if you have the knowledge to guide something, you doesn't sometimes you don't even need a position in a organization to lead something, uh, but because you have the knowledge, maybe people will look for you instead of you look for other people. So in my opinion, expert power is often more effective in the long term, because the knowledge will grow more and will not be lesser, and people will always come looking for you.
That's a good points. Moving on, for the next question, how can individual use influence technique to influence the other persons?
Okay. For me, individual can influence tactics to influence others. Maybe there are several tactics that an individual can use, such as persuasions, where they can present a logical arguments, collaboration, or by working with other people to achieve a goal. And also building a good trust and good relationships, and other tactics also, such as includes emotional appeal or providing incentive to encourage the agreement on something.
Oh, so as you can see, maybe you say that to influence the others to the other another influencer like the Cairo Amin, for example,
Yes.
because you know he's from the engineering person, and now he become the chef, which is he give a good, you know, the good how to say the good good sides for the people who want to grow up in chef maybe. So back to the questions. Are there any risk of this tactic misuse?
Technically, yes. If the influence tactics are used unethically, they can lead into a manipulation, a loss of trust, and damage relationships. And sometimes it can also cause conflicts in an organization or in a group when you're doing something, a project or a program.
Oh, interesting. So, what are the effect of abuse of power in the interpersonal relationship for you, side?
Okay, such interesting question. Maybe most leaders miss on this part, miss outlooking on this part. To me, effects of abuse of power in interpersonal relationships, like I have mentioned earlier, maybe abuse of power can lead into negative outcomes such as loss of trust among your group members or among others, and also uh, can conflict can appear can in a situation, also the poor communication and the damaged relationship, so many things that can give out negative outcomes if you have if you abuse a power in interpersonal relationship. So it can create fear, reduce motivation, and as a result interactions create toxic interactions between individuals.
So how can you individual prevent abuse of the power?
Yes, it's actually quite simple. So the way they can prevent the abuse of power is by practicing self-awareness, respecting others, communicating openly, and also using power responsibly.
Oh, so thanks for the answer. So now we move to the lastly questions. So how you can refrain power in helps to building the good relationships?
Okay, so referent power, in my opinion, maybe it can help in building good relationships because it is based on trust and a strong character and also mutual respect. Meaning, when your organization, people in your organization respects you and other people respects you, uh, you can lead them, and it also shows empathy, and also you will gain natural respect from others. So as a result, others willing to cooperate and work with you more.
Oh, so in your opinions, why is a referent power considered one of the most important types of the power?
Okay, like I mentioned earlier, trust is the most important thing when you lead something. If you want to lead an organization or lead others, even a small group, the most uh, important things that you must have is trust. If you don't have the trust of your teammates or your organization, it will be hard for you to lead them. And if you have their trust, it can lead into stronger and long lasting relationship with others.
Oh, so thank you for your clear and insightful explanations. From this discussion, we can conclude that the power and influence play a crucial role in the shaping interpersonal relationship, and when used positively, they help build trust and effective communications. So thank you, Nazan,
Yeah,
for
thank you.
becoming our guest,
Thank you, Zach.
and that's all from us. Thank you.